This is Kim Evans, and I'm so excited. Thank you very much, live viewers on Facebook, and thank you very much out here in podcast land for listening as well as visualizing. So I thank you so much for your continued support in our podcast for 2021. We're at the top of the month. This is 2022, and I am so excited. We have hit the 40th show, and this is Kim Evans, and I'm the 40th guest. So thank you very much for coming on and being supportive of our podcast show. I'm Kim Evans. For those of you who do not know who I am, I'm a podcaster, I'm a speaker, I'm also a beauty professional. I actually am the owner of Two Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness, as well as KME Coaching Online, where I help solo entrepreneur women grow and to actually start their businesses online. So as a licensed esthetician over 25 years, my spa is located in Lafayette, California. I've had the opportunity to be able to service my clients in the Bay Area. I offer clinical facials, relax and massage therapy, and we're doing health and wellness. So now I'm able to bring the beauty and the health wellness all together along with the business coaching. So today on this podcast show, let's get right into it. And I'm going to give you my business blessing at the end. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about health. Let's get right into it for 2022. And I wanted to just talk about this topic, ageless health living, your optimum best in 2022. And what does that look like? Well, number one, let's talk about brand. Let's talk about what is your vision for your health and living on brand. So I got some notes here so that I don't forget what I'm going to talk about. So let's talk about real quickly, what is living on brand? Living on brand is, how do you see your vision? What is your vision for your health? What is your vision for your wealth? What is your vision for your whole well-being? Today is the first. Last week should have been the time that you should have been writing it down. Habakkuk 3:5 say, see the vision, make it plain, do not tarry, do not have any kind of doubt in what you are believing for. Have the faith for it to be so. When I was starting my business 25 years ago, what I did, I came from the corporate structure. I worked in corporate background for years after graduated from UC Berkeley, but I wasn't happy. I was just was not happy. Some of you guys know my story. I just wasn't happy. And so I was more happier being in beauty and putting on lipstick and showing women how to do that. So long story short, I saw my vision and I said, you know what? I wanted to do something different. And so that's how I found my kind of walk into aesthetics and massage therapy. I had a vision for beauty. I had a vision for how I wanted to help women to it actually inspire their inner beauty within themselves, and so that they can exercise that and they can be healthy and they can be more well and they can be more beautiful. So I had the vision for that. I had a vision for how I wanted my business. I had a vision. I wrote it down. I saw it. I made vision boards and I prayed about it. And I said, okay, Lord, if you have the opportunity, if this is what you want me to do, then you make the provision and you give me the mission. And this is what we're going to do. And so when I start doing that and I was putting my plan together, it became very, very clear. And I didn't know where I was going to open the business. And all of a sudden, the plan started coming together. We opened the business at Walnut Creek because, see, when God gives you a provision, because you have a mission, because you have a gift and a talent, He's going to open all kinds of windows and doors to make it happen for you. So I came across this place in Walnut Creek on the Royal Way. And long story short, that's where I opened up the first location. I grew to the second, and I grew to the third, and I grew to the fourth. And so my point is, you have to have a vision for your life. You have to have a vision. What is it that you want to achieve? What are you dreaming for? But more importantly, let's talk about our health. How do you want your health to be? And particularly people that are in their 40s and 50s, because I am in my 50s. 50s is the new sexy, and it's actually the new 30. So now I am working with women in their 50s, right? To help them to stay healthy, as well as kings and the men too. So what is your vision for your health? Write that down and stick with that. And be very, very clear on the vision for your health. And if you need a mentor, that's fine too, or a coach. Let's talk about bio-individuality. And what that is, that we are all different. Genetically, we are all different. So that in your body actually is different from someone else's body. So because your body is different, everybody can't do the same diet. So if you're trying to do a keto diet, or you're trying to do a zero diet, you're trying to do a milk diet, you're trying to do the Atkins diet, you're trying to do the South Beach diet, you're trying to do the food elimination diet, which is the high end of the keto diet. And if it worked for Linda, but it doesn't work for Carol, but it works for Jim, but it doesn't work for Frank, everybody is different. So you cannot compare yourself on someone getting their results from one particular diet and someone else's. And it kind of beats people just going crazy thinking that this diet worked for this person, so this diet got to work for me. You can't be that way. It's bio-individuality. So therefore, each lifestyle is going to be different according to how your lifestyle plan is. So don't go on diets and fits and trips and things like that. What you need to do is to find a lifestyle diet plan that works for your body, molecular structure, for your lifestyle, where you are, where are your deficits, where you're trying to be proficient, where you're trying to build optimal health. And this is where functional medicine comes in. This is why sometimes you work with a naturopath, or you might work with holistic healer, or you might work with other people that are in functional medicines, in addition to the MD. I'm not saying that. And for the record, I'm a holistic health educator, got my master's from John F. Kennedy. I am giving you information. With the information, I am educating you. With this education, I'm putting you on the freeway of success so that you can do your further research. You could go to do your further research. There's this thing that's called Google. Mr. Google is very good. But in particularly, another resource that's even better, it's called Google Scholar. So you're going to go into your Google and you're going to put in Google Scholar, because in Google Scholar, where you have your white papers, where you have your medical journals and things like that. So any kind of information that you want to look up, in addition to sending an email to your doctor, you can go into Google Scholar and you can begin to find the information for yourself. So I just gave you a major search right there, search engine, Google Scholar, which is totally different from Google. Put it in the bar at the top. So as I was talking, we are all different. So I want to encourage you, find a diet lifestyle plan that works for you. Not a commercial diet, not Jenny Craig, no defense to Jenny Craig. I think Jenny Craig is excellent, but find you a lifestyle nutrition plan that works for your body, that works for your lifestyle, where you are and where you want to be. And a health coach can definitely help you to do that. So I just wanted to encourage you that. So let's talk about, when we talk about bio-individuality, and the reason why certain diets don't work for a lot of people, and you can't go to a cookie cutter diet, is because our genetics are different, our environment is different, our diet is different, our culture is different, our lifestyles are different. So we have all these differences in our bodies, and what you are in compliance to might be somewhere different that someone else is in compliance to. So you can't look at that. So I just want to help to put you on the road of focus and clarity as we're starting January, to find a lifestyle plan that works for you, because you are genetically different. And you are one of a life, DNA, the only one that God made, and you cannot compare yourself with somebody else. Now, let's get into the next one. There are tests that you can do. So I'm giving you a resource, hemoglobin 1C, especially those that are off kilter with their glucose or that diabetes edge. So you might want to get one of those things done. You can do it from a functional medicine point of view, or you can have your doctor order it. I'm just giving you some information. You can also do that, also tests your blood sugar, right? Okay. We all know that a lot of these diseases actually are diseases that are metabolic. So when we talk about metabolic diseases, we are talking about like Crohn's disease, diabetes, things like that. Molecular, what we want to do is get support in terms of feeding our mitochondria, and some supplements that can help you with that is the one that I recommend to my clients is to do research on, but it works, is coenzyme QA, coenzyme Q10. Oh my goodness. And that just helps with the mitochondria. And that's the whole thing that holds our cells, right? So that's a supplement that you can research on. I'm just giving you information. And I'm going to give you my lineup of what I do on a daily and a weekly basis A lot of people always ask, what are the supplements that you take? So I'm going to share with you some of the supplements that I also take. We talked about the cellular repair and the mitochondria, and the supplements for that is coenzyme Q8, coenzyme Q10. Those are some recommendations. Go do your research on it. We also know that 99% of diseases, again, are metabolic. When we talk about in nature, inflammation is a killer, right? So inflammation, a lot of times diseases because of we have a lot of inflammation in the body, a lot of mucus in the body. This is a great time to do a food elimination diet and to remove those inflamed foods. I have a class that's coming up, a master class on January 9th. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about that. And so I would encourage you to sign up for that class. It's going to be a really good informational class on your health. So I'm going to do a screenshot on that so that you can sign up for it. So again, if you're dealing with a functional medicine professional, hemoglobin, A1C, you want to get that, your CPR, your inflammatory markers. You want to, and there's another test too I had on here that I want to recommend that you can also take. There's a company called Labcorp, and it's free to anybody that wants to go. Oftentimes people just don't know about it. Labcorp, they actually do these kinds of tests. They can do saliva tests. They can do testing on you if you have certain allergies. We have to take our health in our own hands, everybody. You have to be able to be your own coach over your own health. And there is information out there on how we can live well every single day. So these are some things that I just wanted to share with you again, so that you can start this new year with optimum health. You know, we have a biological age and we have a chronological age. We have a biological age and we have a chronological age. And oftentimes how you look is not your biological age, and how you feel. So you want to be able to know, what are your markers? You know, how are you feeling? And you're in optimum health at all times. You need to know this. And these are some of the things that can help you by doing some of these tests. Knowing the different kinds of supplementations that work for you. If you're taking supplements, some supplements may work for a certain period of time, and you'll take those supplements, and then the next season or next 6 months or whatnot, then you switch it up so you don't do the same supplements all the time. Let's talk about nutrition. Just wanted to give you a little bit of segue about nutrition. And I know this is the great time that everybody is starting off on a great foot about their nutrition. So I'm not going to get off into the different diets or whatnot. But if you are deciding that you do want to change your diet plan, a good recommendation on starting would be a plant-based whole food diet. And you guys know the whole year I've been talking about that. And I think a plant-based whole food diet, paleo, is one of the better diets to start with. It's more plant-based. You have all your nutritious greens. It is also a combination of your legumes and your complex carbs. You're having clean protein like chicken and fish and lamb and turkey. But more importantly, consider a plant-based whole foods diet. I'm actually going to be doing a master class on that. We're going to get more into that information. Let's make the shift. Let's make the shift. In this way, you can begin to eliminate the inflammatory foods. Over the Christmas break, I had an opportunity to have dinner with one of my aunts. And my aunt was a little bitty thing. I mean, she was just like a little bitty thing, just my whole life. And I can say this because it's my life. And we went out to dinner, and I looked at her, and my mother looked at her, and we just like, is this my aunt? I mean, she just like, we're just like, you never had hips before. Now you just like, and my mom is just, and I'm like, what are you eating? What are you eating? I've just never seen my aunt so fully voluptuous. That's all I'm saying, fully voluptuous. And I'm like, what are you eating? And so when she told me what she was eating, And when she was telling me how she was feeling and the pain that she was starting to have in her body, and that she was starting to do heavy breathing, and that she was lacking energy. And I said, well, how much sugar do you eat? Ice cream every single day. Ice cream every single day. And I went through her whole diet plan. I'm like, oh my God, we have to remove these foods immediately. Immediately. We have to remove them out of your diet immediately. And my aunt is in her late 60s. I said, immediately. I said, because for so long you haven't looked like your chronological age, but your biological age and your chronological age is starting to match up. And that's what you never ever want to do. You don't want them to match up. You always want to look younger. So again, I'm just giving you some information. This is the new year. We started off really good. I'm just educating you. And your oils, just real quick, your omegas 3, 6, and 9, but the oils, I just have to mention this. What are some good oils that you can, let's make a shift. We're talking about making a shift. We're not talking about the Crisco's anymore. We're talking about making a shift to the oils. And some good oils, of course, is always olive oil. Butter is the best oil but yeah, I said butter. Butter is the best oil you could use. Coconut oil, ghee, MCT, almond oil. So those of you who are using olive oil, let me just give you just a quick tip. Please stop frying in olive oil. You don't fry in olive oil. It is a low smoke point. Olive oil is used to toss and to drizzle salads. It's low smoke point. It's not a high smoke point. That will turn into a triglycerides into your body. And when it turns that, your body can't recognize what it is because it can't break it down. So please, olive oil is fantastic, but don't fry in it. You use it to saute your vegetables and actually to drizzle on top. Now, if you want a better oil with a high smoke point, you go to coconut oil. That's better. So I just wanted to share that with you. I had one of my clients and it was so amazing. I was telling her that and she just fries everything in olive oil. And I'm like, please stop doing that. This is Kim Evans for those of you guys who are watching me, and we're kicking it off on podcast live. And I just wanted to just encourage all of you to let's start this year off right in health, beauty, and wealth. And we're talking about some optimal tips to get you going for 2022, ageless health and living, and to actually build up your cellular, your energy, right? Okay, let's get going. So I wanted to mention a couple of things. We wanted to, a couple of other things at the top of the year that you could do is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is fantastic. Who's watching? Mindfulness is fantastic. You want to be able to practice in mindfulness. Mindfulness is when you're actually present. No electronic devices around. You're eating present. You just focus, try it. On your next meal, turn off the TV, turn off all electrical devices, and just be present with your food. When you're present with your food, you're able to chew longer. When you're able to chew longer, you actually release certain enzymes in the saliva, 3 major enzymes that you release in the saliva. When you slow down and you chew your food, you release it. Therefore, you can break down the food particles into your gut when you take more time to chew. That's because you're focused and you're mindful and you're not listening or you're not watching television. You're really mindful and you're really present with the food that you're eating. So that's one form of mindfulness. The other form of mindfulness could just be into meditation, calming your central nervous system down. That's another way how you can practice mindfulness. The other tip I want to talk about is just exercise. You all know that we should exercise at least maybe 4 to 5 times a day. If you can, encourage yourself, challenge yourself for 2022 for January, exercise 5 days a week. And here's some things that you can do. Weight-bearing exercises are fantastic. And also for women, that helps actually to produce your testosterone. We lose that over time as we age. Men, exercising, weight training, weight bearing exercises is fantastic. You have interval training, interval exercises, meditation exercises, you have yoga exercise, you have Pilates, which is fantastic, TRX, which is wonderful, swimming, aquatics, that is something that you can do You have also just plain walking. So if you don't have access to a gym, if that's something that you don't do, you can actually just, do I have to record? You're recording. You can actually just do walking. And this is how you can change up your walking. So you would walk maybe for 10, 20, 15 minutes, and then you just run real hard for like 1 minute, and then you start walking again. And then you'll run maybe for 1 or 2 minutes, and then you start walking again. And then you want to get your heart rate up at a certain heart rate, depending upon what your age. I think maybe a minimum of 135. It depends on what your age is. And then you can actually know what your heart rate is. So those are some things that you can do. Basic things that we already know, right? So we always come out the gate the beginning of January 1, and by January 5, we fall off the wagon. Don't do that. Make sure to see your vision. That's why I started with vision. What is your reason why? See your vision. Why is it that you want to be healthy? Why is it that you want to have a better nutrition and diet? Why is it? Have your why in the forefront. Then this is one way how you can actually stay focused. Okay. Let's talk about sleep. Sleep is really fantastic. And it is a major part of our aging process. So it's really, really pivotal, especially people that have sleep apnea. Then they wonder why their sleep is effective. If you have sleep apnea, you might want to look at changing your diet. And it's looking at inflammatory foods. And if you take certain inflammatory foods out, that'll also lessen the sleep apnea as well. And losing weight will also lessen your sleep apnea. But getting good sleep is very, very important. And I want you to set that as a goal, because so that you can maximize your master clock. Your master clock is your circadian rhythm. When your sleep pattern is off and you're getting less sleep over time, you actually are aging faster. So, and you're doing more damage to your health when you get lack of sleep. So 2022, January, this is a great start to practice getting good sleep. And if you find that you're not getting good sleep, make it a little bit darker in your room. That will help also. And just be intentional with your sleep and focus on getting really healthy sleep. Switch up your bedroom if you have to, but really focus on getting really good sleep. 6 to 8 hours, really, you need to get. Even I was talking to a friend of mine who was a pilot. Pilots, they actually make sure that they have rooms that they are actually getting so much of extra sleep when they come off of their ship from flying in their planes. It is important getting good sleep. All right, so I wanted to talk about some more things in terms of managing your stress level. Self-care management is very, very important. Make it intentional that you are really practicing self-care. And self-care, gentlemen, is not just for women, it's for men too. I had a client that came in to see me the other day, and I was asking him, I said, what is your vision for 2022? What is one of the number one goals that you're going to do differently for 2022? And he mentioned, this is one of my men clients. And he mentioned to me, you know what, I'm going to practice self-care. I really need to take time out for myself, because he's always given to his family. He's always attentive to his family, but he's never given to himself. And he's learning over time that is developing into resentment, that he's becoming more short with his children. He's not really being a very great friend to his wife. And so he said, you know what, I need to pull back and make sure that I can begin to find some time for myself. So men, self-care is not just for women, it's for men too. It's for all of us, so that we can better manage our self-care. One of the ways that you can do that is find things that bring you joy, not just exercise, not just things that make you better, looking better aesthetically, but those things that bring you joy. Find a hobby or find something that you can enjoy, that you can go out, that can just make you feel better. And that is your thing that you do. I actually started doing something. I found something that I really enjoy doing. I didn't have the opportunity to do it, but I have the opportunity now. And I actually do salsa dancing. So on Fridays, that is my night to where I am out doing salsa dancing and then belly dancing. So find an activity outside, which you normally do on a regular basis, that give you joy in 2022. I challenge all of you, find one thing that you can give you that will give yourself some joy. That's totally pattern interrupt. That is totally different to the pattern that you normally do. I don't care. It could be bowling. If you enjoy bowling, then do bowling. If you enjoy fishing, do fishing. But whatever it is, find that one thing that can bring you some joy. Then in February, find you something else that bring you joy. It could be joy in community with others. It could be joy by yourself. But whatever it is, find you some joy. For my solo entrepreneur business builders, I just wanted to encourage all of you. This is the top of the year. This is the best time to start your business. So I just wanted to segue into that and just give you a little bit of encouragement. Then I'm going to end back with the health. And that is 27 million people start businesses every single day. We're not talking about the other side of the failure aspect, but we're talking about the side of the people that are building and starting businesses. So I am encouraging you, if you are looking to start your business online or to looking to grow your business online, do it. Do not fear any longer. Just go ahead and do it. Put your business plan together, get with a mentor or a coach, the training that you need, and start your business. Start it this month. Let me encourage you to do that. This is a great reason to do that. Plus, you might be a lot more happier doing your own business than working for someone else, right? So let me actually show you this class that I'm actually presenting on September the 9th. I'm going to do a share screen on it. It's going to be a really good class. This is a master class. I'm actually conducting a master class. It's going to be January 9th. New Year, New You mindset. It's called a masterclass, Foods That Heal to Prevent Anxiety and Depression and Improve Your Mood. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to learn how the beauty of foods that you eat can calm your anxious mind, improve renewed energy, and end sugar cravings forever. So this is going to be January 9th at 3 p.m. It is going to be a virtual class. And so this is a little bit about me, about the class, but I'm just going to give you some heavy hitters what the class is about. Causes of anxiety and natural approaches and how to improve it. The ultimate nutrition guide to joy and happiness. We're going to talk about how you can change the emotion game by changing what you eat, changing your nutrition. Food is thy medicine, medicine is thy food. The mind and hormone connection to anxiety, weight gain, and depression. Healthy eating tips, tricks, planning for the new year. The anti-anxiety foods that change your mood. Benefits to a sugar-free and gluten-free diet and how it impacts your mood, managing your stress and anxiety with nutrition, and how to develop a new anti-anxiety lifestyle blueprint and food solution. So this is only an investment of $37. So I recommend you guys all go on here and sign up. I am going to have the link below that we could sign up for that. It's going to be an amazing, amazing class. What a way to kick off and to start the new year. And I'll have more master classes actually that I'm going to offer. So what I wanted to leave with you all is I want you to decree and declare over your bodies that you are just the number one optimal healthy vessel that God has created you all to be. There are 12 systems in the body. I want to go over the 12 systems. So if you're suffering from any kind of health elements, understand and know that your 12th system, when God made the body, God was bad when he made the body. The body is made to realign itself and to heal itself. It's its own self-supporting engine. When we feed it the right nutrition and when we do what we're supposed to do to our bodies, when we give to our bodies give back to us. When we give to our minds give back to us. So there's 12 systems in the body. So let's go over those 12 systems. I'm going to end you with this as a reminder for you anatomy scholars that already know that, but it's 12 systems. When I actually became a massage therapist, is something that we had to learn, and I never forgot. I mean, I have my charts in my room when my clients come to me. So if they're coming to me from certain elements, I have to look at their disposition from a muscular point, and I have to look at it from a lymphatic point, and then I look at it from an acupuncture point to the East and the West together to kind of come up with a solution or to give you the results that can help you to feel better and to alleviate your pain. So 12 systems in the body. The first system is the central nervous system. So as we are going into and completing this first day and we are embracing the new year, I pray that all you are in good health and good spirit and good minds and good operation, and that every system in your body works in perfect alignment the way God created your system to work. So the first system is the central nervous system. Then you have your skeletal system. Then you have your muscular system. And that system is the system that a lot of people say that they have pains in their bodies. We work as massage therapists, we work on the muscular system. Then you have the respiratory system. And then you wonder why either your breathing is off. We wonder that's where COVID is attacking us, is attacking in the respiratory system. Then we have the endocrine system. You want to always pray that your endocrine system is in alignment, and your immune system. So COVID attacks the respiratory system, it attacks the immune system. So as you're going through this month, as you're going through this week, as you're going through this year, decree and declare over your body that your 12 systems are in ultimate health every single day, and particularly your respiratory system, your immune system that is functioning and operational. But you have to do your part too, meaning you have to eat right. You have to remove certain foods out your diet, and you have to supplement it as well. As we are fighting against what this is out here, you have to build your immune system up. Okay, we have system 7 and 8, which is your cardiovascular and your circulatory system. Your circulatory system, this is why exercise is very vital and important. Doctors don't just tell you to eat an apple a day. They don't just tell you to walk for a reason. They're not just saying it just to blow smoke. They're saying it to keep you alive and to keep you whole, to keep you sound, and to keep you healthy. You must build up your cardiovascular system. And how you do that is exercising. It's not about a feeling. It's not about a happy mood. It's about keeping you alive. It's about keeping you strong. So you must feed your cardiovascular system. That should be a reason in itself to get up every day and to exercise in the new year of 2022. Then you have your urinary system. That's where your kidneys are. That's where your bladder is. This is this thing where sometimes you might come up with UTIs and bladder infections and things of that nature. Because some people's like, oh my God, I got this UTI, I got this bladder infection. A really good side note for that, if you do have UTIs repeated repetitively, cran-actin is a very good supplement for that. And go back to the basics. What is the basics? Drink cranberry juice and water. Helps all the time. And we're not talking about ocean spray cranberry juice. We're talking about the cranberry juice that when you smile, you look like the Joker, that there's no sugar in it. Pure cranberry juice. The number 10 system is the skin system. That's the intergrumatus system, because I can never pronounce it right. But that's your skin, that's your hair, and that is your nail system. One of the things that you can do to feed that system is to have your multiple B vitamins. A lot of time we as women, we lack multiple vitamin B, and then we wonder why our hair is thinning, why our skin is looking sallow, why our nails are so. Well, because you're lacking vitamin B. So add a multiple vitamin B, and particularly biotin helps like a charm. I had one of my clients came in, and when my clients were getting massages, I looked through their hair. And her hair was really kind of thinning. I'm like, your hair is really thinning. It's normally not like this. And I says, how's your vitamin B? And she had mentioned to me that she was lacking in her vitamin B. And I said, well, you need to go get you some vitamin B7, some biotin. And so long story short, she went and got some. And within about 60 days, her hair was thick. It was really, really nice. It was thickening. It was getting thicker. And then we have the reproductive system. The last system of the body, which is 12 systems, is the digestive system. That is the most important system because we know that all disease starts in the gut. So I want to end this podcast on the importance of gut health. Yes, gut health. All disease starts in the gut. So it's this thing called probiotics. So if you don't have some, might be something if your body can take it. It'd be really good to have. Go purchase some probiotics. Prebiotic and a probiotic would be absolutely fantastic. Use that as your health weapon arsenal for 2022. Add some probiotics, add some bitters, some kinds of, you talk about bitters, which is like sauerkraut, things like that. You can Google it, Google Scholar, add bitters as well as your probiotics. So let me just share with you a little bit what I actually use. I recommend to my clients sometimes, like I said, probiotics. I have an arsenal of things that I take. I do my papaya enzymes. I do a prebiotic and a probiotic. The biotin, I mentioned that before, is also wonderful for those of you who are using it. I'm just giving you education. I always use a multiple B, but in particularly, I do extra on the vitamin B because it makes your hair nice and thick. For those of you who might be having muscle pain, I share with my clients, I love magnesium. This is fantastic. If you get it in a powder form, it's good, especially if you work out. It's good to actually increase melatonin in your sleep. So I take it in the morning, a little bit of this. Sometimes I might mix it in my smoothie, but pure magnesium. And it tastes really, really good. Those of you who are trying to get your body tight and body right, and you need a little bit of maybe some extra to get in there to move that adipose tissue, AMPK is fantastic. You can Google it. For those of you, you can go into my Amazon store. Actually, go to my Amazon store. I have some specific supplements that do specific things. You can research it yourself, but sometimes you might need a little bit of a weight loss fat burner. The AMPK, I did some research on the AMPK, and I was sharing this with my trainer, and he laughed when I told him about the AMPK, because most fitness trainers aren't nutritionists. And I said, this would be really good to tell your clients to use this as they're going on their weight loss journey or changing their body. And he just laughed. And as I began to really tell him more about what it does, he's working on an additional certification. And he said, Kim, they talked about the AMPK. I says, I told you. So the AMPK is really, really good. Do your research on it. It's fantastic. You could go in between the AMPK or berberine. Berberine is fantastic, especially you use this in the morning time, right before you go to the gym. And it also helps with the weight loss. But berberine. For those of you who don't know who berberine is, I'm not going to get that much into it here on the podcast, but if you have any information, send me an email or we can have a conversation. I never leave home without my oil of oregano. I love the oil of oregano for those of you who are holistic, because it is a viricide, is a bactericide, is a germicide, this right here, this is the arsenal. You can walk between walls. I do not go on a cruise. I do not go on an airplane. I don't go any place without taking my oil of oregano. And I actually take it every day. It's a tincture and you take it underneath the tongue. It's fantastic. The other one is for you naturopaths out there in the world is colloidal silver, which is fantastic. That's a natural antibiotic. So go into the health food store just to explore, begin to do some research. You have to be your own market of encyclopedia of your own health. Colloidal silver has been around for years. And just research it. It's, some people can take it, some people cannot. It's a natural antibiotic. I never leave home with that. In the morning, I take my 5-HTP Supreme. This is also good for sleeping. It also helps to balance your sleep at night and give you energy during the day. So I also can co-create and help you to support to coming up with diet plans that work for you. So if you want any additional help, you can always, again, email me or we can set up a virtual conversation, a virtual coaching session. And my link is in the show notes. So for those of you who are watching out in podcast land, may this information touch your heart and go as far as the east, as far as the west, as far as the north, as far as the south. And may you be illuminated, may you be inspired, may you be motivated to better optimal health And may you leave with maybe one piece of information that maybe you did not know, or maybe one piece of information that needed to inspire you to get on the road of great health for 2022. And I bless that every area in your life comes to fruition and it being excellence like you desire it to be. This is Kim Evans. Thank you so much for watching my 40th show as we start this month in January 1st, 2022. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.